Hello everyone, welcome back to our online classes. Today we are going to read one of the interesting lesson, Expansion of Democracy. This is chapter 17, class 9, Social Studies. Children, we have studied about democracy in our previous classes also. Now let us study how the people fought for the expansion of democracy and how the country got the republican, that is from the king's rule, how it has transferred to the people. We are going to study in this chapter. Now let's start with expansion of democracy. Children, in our previous classes we have read about democratic revolutions which established democratic form of government in Europe. We have seen how the other country people also fought for their independence. Establishing form of government which are in accordance with the wish and requirements of the people, in which all people are able to participate freely and fully, in which all kinds of people find respectable space, is a dream for which people are still striving all over the world. Now, let us look at the example of two countries where the people have been struggling for democracy in recent times. These are Libya and Myanmar. Children, we have studied about our country, India, how the leaders of our country, they fought for our independence when the Britishers were ruling upon our country. Similarly, there are various other countries also where the people are still protesting, where the people are still fighting, where the people are still struggling for having a democratic form of government. Now, in today's class, we are going to study about one such country named as Libya. Where is Libya? Libya is a small country in Africa. It's in Africa. Libya is a small country in Africa. Now let us study about the people and the country Africa. Libya is a poor country in North Africa which had been colonized by Italy for a long time and became a free country after a long struggle in 1951. When Libya became independent, Italy transferred power to King Idris, who ruled the country with the help of a few rich and powerful people. Now, Libya was a poor country in Africa which was colonized by Italy, like India was colonized by European children. That is, Italy was also is a country in Europe. So it was colonized by Europeans only. So, the people of Libya, they fought for their independence, and after a long struggle, they got the independence in the year 1951. Like we got our independence in the year 1947, Libya got its independence in the year 1951. But when Libya got its independence, the power was given to one of the king whose name was King Idris, and he, along with the help of few other rich people and some powerful families, he started ruling upon the people. It has not become one of the democratic country, but the power was transferred to one of the king. The people mostly belonged to different tribes which depended upon agriculture and animal rearing in deserts. These tribes were dominated by families of traditional tribal chiefs. In 1951, vast reserves of petroleum were found in Libya, and a lot of wealth poured into the country from the sale of petroleum oil. The king and few powerful families cornered most of this wealth. Around this time, a new wave of nationalism was sweeping in northern Africa. The young people wanted to establish a modern state that was not subservient to the interest of colonial powers and which worked for the welfare of the people. They also wanted to reform the country, end the oppression of women and the constant warfare among the tribes, and establish unity and peace. They also wanted to ensure that the new wealth from oil was distributed more equitably to all. Many people in Libya were also inspired by these ideas. One, the king and the rich people, they were ruling upon the country, at that time only some oil reserves were found. Earlier people were dependent upon agriculture, but later stage Libya became one of the rich country. How it has become a rich country? Because some vast reserves of petroleum were found in Libya, which resulted in making this country one of the rich country. But the people did not get benefited from this. They did not get any benefit from the oil reserves that they found. Still the people were dependent upon the king. The same old tradition was following. But as the time passed by, some of the people, as you know that when education is imparted, educated people, they raise their voice. So in the same manner, some of the people, they wanted to make Libya one of the country where all the people are treated equally. They wanted to maintain peace. They wanted to have unity among the people. They wanted to end up the oppression of women and constant warfare that was going on among the people in Libya. During these days only, children, many of the Libyan, they got inspired by the ideas and they also wanted to participate in this movements. In the year 1969, Muammar Gaddafi and a group of 70 young army officers took over the control of the kingdom of Libya. You know that Libya is a small country in Europe. This is Muammar Gaddafi along with his team members. Some 70 young officers and Muammar Gaddafi came up to take over the control of Libya. This group of officers called themselves as Free Officers Movement. King Idris I fled away the country. Monarchy was abolished and the country was declared as the Socialist Libyan Arab Republic. The army completely supported this takeover. The movement was carried out under the leadership of Revolutionary Command Council, which was called as RCC, consisting of 12 members from the military. This new leadership wanted to develop Libya as a modern egalitarian country and at the same time follow the basic tenets of Islam, which was the religion of majority of the people. So here, children, when Muammar Gaddafi along with his 70 army officers came up, King Idris I fled away. He ran away from the country and monarchy was abolished completely from that country, and that country was declared as Socialist Libyan Arab Republic. Now, the army completely supported this takeover and the rule came under these officers, and there was one group that was called as Revolutionary Command Council. It was consisting of 12 members from military. These people, they wanted to follow modernity in their country, following the basic tenets of Islam, because majority of the people in Libya, they were Muslims. So Islam was followed as the country religion over there. Libyan society was initially tribal led, as we have studied earlier, children. Libyan society was initially tribal led by the families of tribal chiefs. People were more concerned about their own tribes and its honor than about the welfare of the people. Most people were poor nomadic animal herders who were also illiterate. Women was confined to parda, that is veil, and were not allowed to participate in public activities. As we have studied earlier, children, the main occupation of these people was agriculture, and these people, they were bothered about their own tribe and they were bothered about their they used to give more importance to the tribal welfare rather than educating themselves or bringing development among them. No. And women, she was confined to parda system, that is, the woman was not having any role to do in public affairs. She was not allowed to participate in any of the public activities also. The new regime instituted several reforms which led to the rapid growth of Libya. nationalism of oil resources, a program for extension of cultivation giving irrigated lands to the poor workers in order to end nomadism, free universal education for all including women, free medical care for all, distribution of share of oil profits among all citizens, development of highly subsidized housing schemes for all. So the new government which has come up, they wanted to bring development. So a rapid growth of development took place in Libya, like nationalization of oil resources, development of people, end of nomadism, free universal education should be given, including women. All these were the programs that were started by this RCC, that is Revolutionary Command Council. A major reform undertaken was to ensure freedom and equal status to women. Women were now allowed to have property and business and take up the jobs in the government. As a result of these, Libya was able to achieve the highest level of social welfare in the whole of Africa. Average life expectancy increased from 50 to 77. Literacy rate for both men and women is over 90% today. So in this way, after the RCC, that is Revolutionary Command Council, they have come up, rapid development took place in the field of education, in the field of occupation, in the field of medical, in almost all the fields development took place in Libya. And the average life expectancy rate also increased, that is from 50 it has gone to 77, and literacy rate also increased in Libya today. It was difficult to encourage bringing development participation of all people in Libya due to condition of tribalism, nomadism, illiteracy and restrictions on women was difficult. The new Libyan leadership tried to encourage participation of common people in public affairs by creating People's Council and elected People's Assembly in the center. As the society rapidly changed due to development, an educated middle class emerged and began to participate in these bodies. However, the government under Gaddafi was not ready to trust these democratic bodies. Instead, it created a parallel system of leadership of revolutionary councils, which were appointed and closely controlled by Gaddafi and the RCC. The democratic bodies had to implement the decision of these non-elected leaders. As a result, people lost interest in these bodies, but the government kept trying to enforce their participation. The RCC was also very intolerant of criticism and opposition. It used brute armed forces to arrest, torture and kill political opponents. There was no freedom of press, and independent organizations like trade unions or other associations were not allowed. No political parties were allowed to function in Libya. So yes children, we have seen that RCC and Muammar Gaddafi, the rule was going on. It was then fine. They brought development also. But as the time passed by, the mentality of the people, the thinking of the people, because of the awareness among the people by seeing the other countries, they wanted to have a democratic form of government. So here they wanted to have democratic form of government. So they wanted to choose their own representative. But the RCC and Muammar Gaddafi was not ready for this. But they cannot deny also. So they said that some of the members from RCC and Muammar Gaddafi plus some of the leaders elected by the people were going to rule upon the country. But the final decision was to be taken by Muammar Gaddafi and the RCC. It was decided in this way. But still, what happened, because of these reasons, people lost their interest in contesting elections to have a democratic form of government. The RCC was also intolerable because it brought many changes for the people, it brought development. So it doesn't want to leave the country and it doesn't want to give its power to other people. Whoever used to stand against them. They used to either torture or they used to kill their opponents, or they did not allow any form of freedom of press or independent organization could not form here, like no trade unions were allowed to be made. So such other problems were going on in Libya. Such dictatorial functioning had to consolidate the position of few powerful families that control the government and the RCC and the oil companies owned by the government. They came to be hated by the people for high-headedness, but the people had no way of expressing their discontent. So here, because of this dictatorial functioning, that is dictatorship was being followed by Muammar Gaddafi and the RCC, people were unhappy. They were not having a sort of satisfaction among them, and they started raising their voice. So here, children, we have seen that first of all, Libya was a poor country and it was ruled by Italy. Later on, the power was given to King Al-Idris, and in the beginning we have seen when Libya got its independence in the year 1951, it was a poor country. As the time passed by, vast reserves of oil were found in Libya and it became one of the rich country. At that time, there was no strong government, as a king used to rule upon the people. That is King Al-Idris. King Al-Idris, he used to rule upon the people. So no strong monarchy was followed. People were not satisfied during his rule. In this way, the country was ruled, and later on the power was transferred to Muammar Gaddafi and the RCC. And Muammar Gaddafi and RCC, they brought development in the country, they brought education to the country, they brought modernity to the country. But as the time passed by, the people were willing to have a democratic form of government which was not tolerated by RCC and Muammar Gaddafi. In this way, another protest started in the country. Now, the remaining part of this lesson we are going to continue in our next class. I want all of you all to read the lesson thoroughly and underline the hard words and find the meanings. Thank you for watching this video, children. Have a good day.